Hi there, so in this video I'm going to show you how to use an action. So an action is just a function, that's all it is. And to use this function, we just say use cool action. So this function will be called once this HTML element is mounted, okay? And it'll pass in the mounted node. So now with that mounted node, I can just do anything like node inner HTML equals hi, and now it'll be hi right there. And or I could do something like dot on click equals alert hi, something like that. Click it, hi. Okay, or you can do add event listener, you can do dot style, you can dot class, whatever you want to do. You can just do that here. Another thing you can do is pass in a variable. So let's say I pass in hi there, and then that variable can be received right here. So I'll just call this inner, and then right here inner. Now you'll see it says hi there because I'm passing it in right there. Oops, I clicked it. Okay, and then the other thing is, let's say I actually have a variable here called inner. Let inner equal hi there, and then after we'll say 1 second, inner becomes by there. Okay, so now inner is going to change after 1 second, but you'll see it doesn't actually change it. Oops, I keep clicking it. Let me get rid of that. But if I want it to update, then I'm going to have to return an update function from this action. So right here, update, and I pass in inner. So now I'm going to say whenever inner is updated, node.inner HTML is going to equal this new inner. Okay, so now we'll see after a second it becomes by there. And notice you can only pass in one parameter. Kind of a bummer, but if you want to pass in more, you have to pass it in as an object like this. So then it would be like params. You could do something like this, params, and then params.inner. Okay, but then unfortunately, if you have multiple params and only one of them changes, you're still going to this update is going to be called when any of them change. So now it's going to be params.inner. So for example, I could also pass like a color. And I want the color to be blue. And then I want node.style.background equals params.color. Something like that. Okay, now it's blue in the back. Okay, cool. So that is basically an action. Now, just real quick, why would you want to use an action? So here I have 3 reasons that I can think of. Third-party library. So if you have something that's expecting to interact with just normal HTML and isn't really set up to be used in Svelte or any other framework, then you would probably want to use an action. This like d3.js, chart.js, tabulator. Also, instead of using onMount, onUpdate, or onDestroy, then you can just use an action. This is basically a component level. Well, you can't use it on components, but an HTML element, a DOM element level lifecycle. So I forgot to mention you can also have a destroy function that you return, and this will run whenever this is destroyed, right? So you can see it's basically replacing onMount, onUpdate, onDestroy, but rather than being up here in the full component level, this is just done on the individual HTML level, okay? So I could use this action also on a different div. So all I need to do, cool action. Okay, and now I didn't pass anything, so it's giving me an error. But let's say I wanted to say, it's going to be green instead. Okay, so it's almost like you have your own little component, but it's a function that runs after it's been mounted. Okay, so it's just another abstraction tool I've put here. So, you know, I've gone almost a year without ever using an action, but I'm going to start using actions because it helps you, you know, you can pass functions around and attach them to elements, and it's just another way to kind of create an abstraction. Like this div is using this cool action, and I can pass in variables. Okay, I hope that makes sense. I hope you kind of understand how to use an action or why you might use an action. I'm going to make another video on how to use an action with tabulator, a data table. So let me know if you have any questions, and see you.